Let's get everybody. We're gonna go through this 2025-2026 NBA GM survey. They do it every year. Let's just see what they do. I don't got a lot to get into before it. The first thing is which team will win the WNBA. Or I'm so used to it. I'm so used to the WNBA season. I said to which team will win the 2026 NBA Finals? Got 80% for the Thunder. Damn, Giants scored already. Um, 80% for the Thunder. Tie for Cleveland and Denver are tied for second, and then you got Houston and New York also receiving votes last year. Boston Celtics had 83%. Um, that's not too surprising, honestly. Cleveland is the favorite to come out of the East with the injuries to Tyrese Halliburton and Jason Tatum, and then um, Denver retooling coming into this season. They're higher up, and then obviously the Thunder being as young as they are and winning last year and being as dominant as they were last year, they're the easy favorites right now. So that really makes sense, honestly. Um, Eastern Conference rankings, they have Cleveland 1, New York 2, Orlando 3, Atlanta 4, Detroit 5, Milwaukee 6. I don't hate that. Um, OKC 1, Denver 2, Houston 3, Minnesota 4, Golden State 5, Clippers 6. I may have the Clippers above Golden State. Um, Lakers 7, Dallas 8, San Antonio 9. I'm not mad at those three. Those three could probably be flipped either way. Um, which player will win the 2025-2026 Kia MVP? Jokic is the number one by far, 66 or 67%. Sorry. Is this the player survey or is this GMs? Sorry. Sorry. Now it's about players in the lower teams. Okay. Luca's number two, which Luca's been one of the betting favorites to win the MVP for I don't know, feels like 4 years now at least. Um, Shea's third to go back to back. Wimby's fourth, and then also receiving votes are Giannis and Donovan Mitchell. If Donovan Mitchell were to win MVP, that might be one of the more unlikely MVPs, and not because of talent, just because of like Cleveland would have to do something crazy, and they kind of did it last year. At least as far as the regular season goes. Like I don't know if he'll have the stats to do that, but honestly, I would love to see somebody like Donovan Mitchell get it because that's truly one that you just wouldn't see coming into the season. Like the Shea one we could see last year, not see, but like it wasn't it wasn't out of the realm possibility. Like if you ask somebody who they had win MVP, a lot of people would have said Shea. If you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the NBA, who would it be? I'm assuming number one is Victor. Number two, I would say it's probably either Jokic or Luca, and then after that, it's probably Shea and Paolo. So two is Shea, three is Jokic. Wow. And then those are the only ones that got votes. Wow. So no votes for Luca. That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense because of how many people are going to say Vic, and how many people are going to say like Shea. Because only 3% said Jokic. So that's probably what, two people, one person? I don't really know the math on that, but it's not a lot of people to say Jokic, honestly. Which player forces a coach and pushes to make the most adjustments? I would say probably Jokic. Um, LeBron still might be up there. Steph's probably number one, actually. Steph, Jokic, LeBron might still be up there. Um, I guess you would have to say Shea too, even though he's kind of I don't want to say he plays within a flow of an offense, but he really gets to certain spots, and I don't feel like you have to like really game plan heavily for that. Maybe that's the problem. Number one, Jokic. Okay. Number two, Giannis. Okay. Yeah. Three, Steph. Four, Luca. Five, Shea. No LeBron. Okay. Last year, number one was Luca. So wouldn't they have to make more adjustments now, considering Luca's playing with LeBron? Even though I just saw something like maybe it's a couple hours ago at this point about LeBron being out for the first month of the season. But which players most likely have a breakout season in 25-26? So if I'm looking at it based off of how NBA GMs think, they probably say like Amin Thompson, um, Ashar Thompson might be in there as well. Breakout season, breakout season. A lot of people are saying Andrew Nimhart, but I don't know if GMs think that way. Um, And sometimes they have people like a Paolo. Like Paolo's already kind of broken out in my opinion, but maybe they mean to like MVP level. So Min Thompson, number one. Brandon Miller. Okay, yeah, he missed about 80% of the season last year. Asar Thompson, yeah. Wimby. Feel like he's already there. Franz. Was he an all-star last year? Franz wasn't an all-star last year, I don't think. So yeah, Franz is a good one too. You got Denny, which I love. Stephon Castle, one rookie of the year. Jalen Green. I thought about him, but I didn't think that Jalen Johnson is probably the one that I should have thought of pretty quickly. Um, I love Jalen Johnson's game. Tyrese Maxey, feel like he's already kind of broken out. Uh, I would say maybe 2 years ago. Alex Sarr, Shingun, Reed Shepard, Jabari Smith Jr., and Zion. Zion's broken out. He hasn't been healthy. J Dub was the leader last year with 13%. It's a good pickup on it. Who's the best point guard in the NBA? See, this is where it gets interesting because, like, who do you consider point guard and who you consider um, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center? Like, Shea could be considered a two, but he could also be considered a one. And there's been years past where Luca's been on the one list, the two list, and the three list. I saw Shea and Luca already, so three I would say is probably based off last season. It might be Halliburton, but I don't know if they're going to do him because he's injured. So if it's not Halliburton, then it's either Steph or Brunson. You got Shea, Luca, Steph, Halliburton. Okay, so no Brunson. Okay, best shooting guard. I gotta wait and slow down when I'm clicking the button. But who's the best shooting guard in the NBA? Anthony Edwards, 70%. Say Donovan Mitchell and then Book probably. Donovan Mitchell, see Luca, Shea, Steph. Like, how do you have those guys at point guard and two guard? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, did Steph play a lot of two last year? Like, I watched a lot of basketball. I don't remember him playing the two very like who I guess when they had Schroeder for that little stretch. But like I don't think he was considered playing the two. I would assume they would have I don't know, man. They do this every year, so I'm not even about to think too hard about it. Who is the best small forward in the NBA? If it's actual small forwards, I would say Tatum, but I don't really know who they gauge as small forwards. See Luca. They have Luca as the best small forward in the NBA, but they have him as the second best point guard and the third best shooting guard. Like Tatum, okay, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Kawhi. See, because some of them, like those three, play the four a lot. So I really don't know where they put certain players. So then the four would be Giannis. It'd be Giannis, Mobley. I don't think Jaren Jackson's top three. We got Cat. Oh, it's just well, Giannis is that good to where there's not going to be that many people actually. So it damn near should have been just 100% Giannis, for being honest, no disrespect, and then 100% Jokic, 97% Jokic, 3% Wemby. Yeah, highest percentage of total votes on position questions. Oh, that doesn't matter. Sorry. Which team made the best overall moves this offseason? Probably Houston. So they got um, sorry, Houston got KD. The Knicks brought in some death pieces like Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele. Who else? I'm missing somebody. There's a third player. They Brogdon. Um, so they're in there. Denver is probably third. Outside of that, I can't think of players that or teams that really brung in players unless they mean like draft too, because draft wise, and San Antonio's in there for bringing in Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. Hawks. What the Hawks pick up? I actually liked them going into the season, but now I'm blanking on who they brought in this season. Who did they bring in? What the hell? I'm tweaking. NBA. Number two is Houston. Number three is Denver. Number four, oh yeah, number Orlando brought in Desmond Bain. I forgot about that. Um, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the Hawks real quick. So they brought in Nikhil Alexander Walker. Yes, yes. The offseason was not offseason, like the free agency pool was so long ago, and I've been so locked in to the W side. Porzingis. Yeah, I'm tweaking. Porzingis. They drafted Asa Newell. Uh, they brought in Nikhil Alexander Walker and Luke Kennard. Yeah, they brought in a good amount of players, and they brought in players that can help them. So I'll put Boston. I guess getting off the money that they damn New York is up 13-3 early. If y'all didn't know, I'm recording this at 8:30 on a Thursday night because I saw it dropped and I was like, hey, bump it, let's record. Which player? I keep going past it. I'm gonna get better at the show, I swear. Which one player acquisition will make the biggest impact? Kevin Durant, Houston, 73%. Desmond Bain, Orlando, 17%. Assuming Nikhil Alexander Porzingis. Oh, never mind. Cooper Flag, Dallas. I'll be forgetting about him. I'm surprised that he wasn't on the draft on the question about if you could pick one player, but he hasn't played a game yet. So, but Wemby didn't play a game in his rookie year. I feel like there's people that said him. But what was the most underrated player acquisition? Most underrated player acquisition. Dean going back to Milwaukee. Miles Turner going to Milwaukee is I won't say underrated because we actually don't know what Giannis wants to do. Uh, most underrated, maybe Anthony Simons to Boston if that works out, or Jalen Green going to Phoenix. I don't know. Desmond Bain to Orlando. Oh, so that's not a high percentage at all. So it's gonna be a couple of different. Cam Johnson to Denver. Yeah, yeah. Porzingis to Atlanta. I said that one. Lonzo. I can't wait to see what Lonzo does with Cleveland. John Collins, the Clippers, Dorian Finney-Smith, Houston. I was gonna say Drew Holiday, Portland, but he's kind of older, so I didn't think they would look at him that way. Luke Cornett, San Antonio. Those are good. DeAndre Ayton, Bradley Beal to the Clippers. DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers. Jalen Green to Phoenix. Al Horford to Golden State. Kevon Looney to New Orleans. Okay. Brook Lopez to the Clippers. Norman Powell to Miami. Marcus Smart to the Lakers. Last year's was Alex Caruso, and he was a key pivotal piece on the championship team. Which team will be most improved in 25-26? I say the Hawks are in there. San Antonio. I think Portland could be really good, sneaky. I think they could be sneaky really good, but they're in the West, so it's kind of tough. So I'm really looking at East teams because it's going to be easier for teams that struggled last year to move up with. I really don't see the Pacers and the Celtics being top five, top six. I could see them being playing. So Atlanta, maybe even Miami. And I'm trying to keep my bias out of it with them. Let's see. Orlando. Yeah, because Orlando kind of, but they were a 7 seed last year, so yeah, that makes sense. Atlanta. Okay, yeah. San Antonio, Philly. Yeah, Philly was bad last year because of all the injuries. Pelicans, okay. Grizzlies last year was theirs. Most surprising move was Damian Lillard or Milwaukee waiving Damian Lillard. Yeah, that was actually really, really surprising. Um, let's see what else we have. Maybe Kevon Looney leaving the Warriors just because of tenure. Brook Lopez, Clippers, maybe. I don't know. Miles Turner in Milwaukee was surprising. Atlanta, New Orleans draft trade. Yeah, that could turn out to be really bad for Atlanta. Not Atlanta, New Orleans. Sorry. If New Orleans is dealing with a lot of injuries again and Atlanta gets a top 4 or 5 pick again. Yeah. Celtics breaking up their core. Yeah, it was a little surprising, but once Tatum got hurt, they kind of put that out there right away. Young Hansen drafted at number 16. I think Young. 8 and signing with the Lakers, not super surprising. Michael Porter Jr. trade to Brooklyn was a little surprising. Dennis Schroeder, Sacramento, not really. They needed a point guard. Rookies and international players. Who will win 2025-26 rookie of the year? I think everybody's gonna say Cooper Flag. Maybe VJ Edgecombe. Yeah, look at that. Which rookie will be the best player in 5 years? They're gonna say Cooper Flag again. VJ Edgecombe, Dylan Harper. I wonder what the percentage is though. 93%. Damn, they ain't giving nobody else a chance. Damn, there wasn't even enough votes for other people. So VJ Edgecombe and Dylan Harper got 1 vote each. It looks like. So VJ Edgecombe got 1 vote on the other one. Everybody else said Cooper Flag. That's nuts. 5 years ago, they said the best player, the best rookie from their 5 years ago draft would be James Wiseman. And that was the draft with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton. I think Tyrese Maxey was in that draft too. All right. Um, Reed Shepard was last year's for both. He didn't play a ton at all. Which rookie was the biggest steal where he was selected? I'll say Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant and then Ace Bailey. Because Kasparas, hey, shout out to my Heat. Yes, sir. Ace Bailey going at 5, Carter Bryant going at 14, Joan Behringer at 17, Liam McNeely at 29, Asa Newell at 23. Asa Newell did drop pretty far. Janai Broom at 35, Walter Clayton at 18. I was low-key hoping Walter Clayton fell to us. I ain't gonna lie. Stay in Florida and cook with the boys. Cedric Coward at 11. Okay. Trey Johnson at 6. Okay, I can see that. Ryan Kalkbrenner. I actually hope Ryan Kalkbrenner does really well. I liked watching him at Creighton. Um, Colin Murray Boyles. Shout out Chloe Kitts. Adu Thiero. Danny Wolf. I can see it. Bub Carrington last year. Devin Carter, Johnny Furphy, Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect ended up being the one. Topic, or I say Bub too. Topic was hurt. He tore his ACL before the season, so he didn't get to play, but he should get some minutes this year. Best international player in the NBA, they're Jokic, Luka, Wemby, Jokic, yeah. Oh, Shea too, tweaking. My fault. Yeah, yeah, that one doesn't really matter. Sorry. No disrespecting him. Shout out Sasha Vezenko. Shout out Mirotic. Hey, my boy Kendrick Nunn. Yes, sir. Miami Heat legend. Who is the best defensive player in the NBA? I think I see that. Oh, they're gonna say Victor Wembanyama. Duh. Victor. Then you got to go Mobley, Draymond, Bam, Jaren Jackson. Does that say 100%? Oh, 80%. I was about to say Rudy Gobert. Okay. Evan Mobley, Giannis, Lou Dort. Damn, no. No Bam? All right, bro. Who is the best perimeter defender? They're going to say Lou Dort, probably. Lou Dort, Caruso, Amen Thompson, Dyson Daniels. Yeah. Uh, Herb Jones should be on this list too. For real, for real. Okay. Lou Dort, Drew Holiday, Asar Thompson. I knew Asar was gonna be on here. I should have said his name. No Herb Jones, kind of crazy, nah. For 16s to be up there and Herb Jones not. Best interior defender Wemby, Rudy, Mobley, just Rudy and Wemby. Where's Bam? Oh, y'all tweaking, bro. Oh my God, all these people. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Who is the most versatile defender in the NBA? All these people are on this list. All these people that got voted to the bottom. And it's no Bam Adebayo. It's no Bam Adebayo for being the most versatile defender. They don't watch enough Heat. They don't watch enough Heat. Shout out to the dudes that made this list though, because Tari Eason, great defender. Tamani Kamara, great defender. Y'all know everybody else on the list is great defenders, but come on. Best defensive team, Thunder, Timberwolves, Magic, Rockets. Yes, that all makes sense. Who's the best head coach? Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, I ain't showing my Heat no love for besides Kasparis. Spo. Come on. Is I gonna say Daignault or Steve Kerr? Daignault, Tyronn Lue. Damn, no Steve Kerr votes. They said that boy a Steph Curry merchant. Hold on, bro. They believe less in my boy Spo. How you go from 69% to 52%? I don't know. Best manager slash motivator Spo, number one. Ime, okay. Steve Kerr, okay. Missoula. Missoula not having no best head coach was kind of interesting too. I guess Mark Daignault won the championship last year, so that gives him the edge. And then Tyronn Lue's always got that respect because it's one of the only coaches that LeBron like. So you get that respect. Which head coach makes the best in game Spo? Ty Lue. I'm just kidding. Damn, Spo. Tie for third. Hell no. Probably like that. Which head coach runs the best offense? Probably Daignault. Rick Carlisle. I don't know if that's more like his offense or if that's just Tyrese Halliburton being an engine. You know, I guess we'll see this year what it'll look like. Um, Utah's offense of system is good. They just don't have the right players. Chris Finch runs the best offense. All right. We'll check out best defensive schemes, Dagnall, Ime, Spo. Spo be putting that damn zone out there and be locking people up. That's all I'm gonna say. Best assistant coach in the NBA. I don't know, bro. Mike Nori, Jeff Van Gundy. Shout out Jeff. Royal Ivy. Shout out Sam Cassell. Chris Quinn. Yes, sir. Showing us some love. Jawan Howard. Oh yeah, he's with Brooklyn. For some reason, I thought he was still coaching in college. I knew he wasn't coaching in Michigan, but I thought he was still coaching in college. Best head coach. Best blah 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 blah. blah. Best head coach someday. Chris Paul, Mike Conley, TJ McConnell. I feel like this is the first time TJ McConnell been on this list. Fred Van Vliet. I think that's the first time he's been on this. Garrett Temple. They got him in that like Willie Green type. Andrew Nimhard, Kyle and Luke Cornett. Have we ever seen a 7 foot coach? Well, that's stupid. Bill Russell was a coach. He was like 6'9", 6'10". That'd be funny as hell to have a 7 foot coach. Just like, hey, get your ass down there in that post, man. Which team is the most fun to watch? I feel like this is all subjective. Most fun to watch. People are probably gonna say OKC because they're young, they get up and down, get a lot of turnovers. Uh, the hell. Um, Denver, okay, OKC, Indiana, Golden State, yeah, for sure. Minnesota, we got Ant, so yeah, okay. Which team has the best home court advantage? OKC, New York, Golden State, Denver. Denver because of the altitude for sure. Like that altitude be messing people up. And then you have I think that's us Thunder right there. Uh I think I already said that. I just blanking. I gotta lock in New York. Yep. Boston, Cleveland. Which team had the league's most efficient offense? Cleveland. OKC, Denver. Which team's level of success is toughest to predict? Philly, Dallas. Those are both 100% correct. Golden State, yes. Rockets, nah. Clippers, yes, because potential injuries. Same with like Philly. Dallas is more. We just don't know when Kyrie's coming back. The Lakers, yes, especially with LeBron being out for a month. But we've seen Luka carry teams before, so it's nothing crazy. It's just you feel a lot better about your team when you got LeBron and Luka out there at the same time. Grizzlies, absolutely. Pelicans, absolutely. They should be higher, honestly. They might have been tied for first with Philly. Which team has the most promising young core? San Antonio, Houston, Orlando, Pelicans. Okay, see, duh. They just won, so I wasn't even thinking about them. But yeah, they're definitely up there. Spurs, Pistons, yes. Houston, Orlando. Most athletic, yep. Amen Thompson, Anthony Edwards. Asar got to be up there somewhere. Okay, he got a vote. Braun got a vote. Braun getting a vote when he's like 41 is nuts. That's nutty. Which player is the best pure shooter? There should be only be one player. Steph had 87% last year. Y'all tweaking. Which player is the fastest with the ball? I don't know if De'Aaron Fox is the fastest with the ball anymore. Hey, come on now. De'Aaron Fox, Ja Morant, Maxi up there. Maxi fast as hell. Oh my gosh, that boy's a blur. Shout out Leandro Barbosa. Which player is the fastest or best at moving without the ball? Steph Curry. There shouldn't even be no other votes. Desmond Bain, Michael Porter Jr., Duncan Robinson. Shouldn't be no other votes. Which player is the best passer? Jokic, Luka, Trae Young, Harden. Trae Young should be a little bit higher. Actually, he probably only got one less vote than Luka, so it's not that bad. Which player is the best leader? Steph, Braun. Oh, Brunson. I actually like that because he took less money to get his boys paid. So I like that. Giannis. I don't think he's a bad leader, but he'd be back and forth about where he want to be. Most versatile player in the NBA: Giannis, Wemby, Braun, Mobley. Braun got to be a little bit higher now. J Dub, KD, Tatum, Kawhi, Jokic, Draymond. Which player is the best basketball IQ? LeBron and Jokic. Braun only got Braun only at 17%. I love Jokic. He's the best player in the league to me, but Braun only at 17%. What is he not seeing on the basketball court yet? I'm gonna be quiet. 3% for Chris Paul is kind of nutty. So last year Jokic was 53. It by this year he's 80%. What changed? What changed? Which player do you want taking a shot with the game on the line? I see it says Steph. Steph, Luca, Tatum, Braun, KD, Hallie. Oh yeah, for sure. After last playoffs, for sure got to be Hallie in there. Kyrie got to be at least a vote. He didn't get a vote. Damn. Bronson got to be a little bit higher. What rule most needs to change? Roster construction. Apron rules too harsh. Yeah, I can agree with that. Draft schedule back to 1 day. Only lottery on day one after free agency. Huh? What? What the? What? Back to 1 day. Only lottery on day one after free agency. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Continuous slash faster review, hockey style subs, no live ball timeouts. That's nasty. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Go watch hockey. Playoff format 1 to 16. Top seeds choose opponents. Change play-in format. All right. Who voted for this shit? Draft system can't draft in top six in 3 straight years. Shouldn't reward losing. I don't hate that, but if you just bad at drafting, I don't think the whole organization should get punished for that. Just fire the GM. Higher penalties for cap circumvention. Already talking about Kawhi. Fewer back to backs, no home road back to backs. I don't hate that. Elam ending in a regular game? Absolutely not. More G League experimentation, no disqualification on 6 foul, 1 shot plus ball. That's interesting. That's the end. So let me go. Let me go. Let me know what you guys thought of that. Let me know if you guys disagree. What you disagree with, what you agree with. See, you can see here, LeBron is out to start the season for 3 to 4 weeks, which he low key, since it's now, he actually won't miss that much of the season. He'll be back potentially like early November. So, anyways, let me go. So let me go again. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys want to see some more of. Hopefully this isn't choppy. I'm gonna watch this back, edit this up, and if it goes well, we'll do more of these kinds of videos, and we'll be really locked in. So appreciate you guys for tuning in.